Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Men who are neither lame or thugs get women. And you know what? I'm still seeing this all over. The whole thing, either with comments or people who follow me or I'm friends with on Facebook. They got threads about it, or you just on some random thing, and it's always this thing of the whole lame or so-called educated lame versus thugs. I mean, just that term coming back, because I remember when I addressed this years ago, I said don't use the term educated lame, use the word thinking, particularly in the black community, thinking black man. For anybody using that now, Ron put it out first. But you know what? It's a shame. We coming right back to it. We coming right back to that loop. And I'll probably get into that in a later podcast about why that's happening, that general thing. But here's the problem I have with it. So you have some guys, they leaning on their intellect, or maybe they have an education, whatever, and they feeling like the women are overlooking them. And the women probably are, but remember a podcast I did earlier this week talking about that fear factor, and that's usually the case with it. That's usually the case. There's a fear there, and people who have that tend to lean more on their intellect. Okay, fine, whatever. Once again, something I could get deeper into, but not now. And then, of course, they'll say, well, they getting those thugs. And it's usually, the thugs ain't usually tripping over the guys they might consider lame. They just doing their thing, But see, here's a problem I'm having. This is a big problem. And this is a problem because I'm out here. I deal with people. You could see it, you could see it on social media. You could see it just going out doing regular things. There are plenty of guys, plenty of men. Like I said, go out just take your ass out the house. Anybody can take their ass out the house and see this. Or shit, somebody can get on social media. They can get on IG and say it. In fact, know a group of women. Know some women, you can figure this out. There are men who would not be considered lame, or even educated lame, or lame period. Lame at all wouldn't come into it. Who are getting women. Nor would these guys be considered thugs. See, that's the problem I'm having. These guys, you got regular guys out there. They ain't players. They are not players. They not necessarily players. Yeah, we can talk about the players getting it, but here's a trick with the players. A lot of times you ain't going to see a player actually with a woman because they working in the shadows. But when you see some guys out here, they with a woman, they going shopping with a woman, they buying some stuff, or, might have the kids there. These guys are regular working guys. They ain't thugs. You check these guys' records, they ain't engaged in criminal activity. Shit. And I know some people try to say, well, if they got tattoos. No, first of all, the tattoo thing don't count. All right? I mean, I personally know some men out here. They ain't thugs at all. They wouldn't be considered lames, and they getting women. I know some women out here. And that just because you get a lot of dudes they want to go in on single mothers or like low-level women and stuff. And I personally know some women who are educated, who are in shape, who don't have kids, got some sense, very sensible. And I'm seeing the guys they dealing with. I got some women who hit me up for coaching. I have an idea. Who they dealing with? First of all, a lot of them dealing with educated men. You got a lot of dudes who call themselves lame say, well, they don't want an educated lame. Yet I know some dudes who got degrees, working on degrees now. In fact, the majority of the dudes who follow me, of my inner circle guys who follow me on my other sites, got degrees. They got jobs, because half the time they be talking about what they doing on their jobs. And they getting decent women. they getting decent women. And if you want to like limit it to the black community, getting decent black women. And these guys, you see them very clean cut, got degrees, and they getting women. They ain't lame, they ain't thugs. And it's not just the guys who might have education. You know what? A lot of times in these conversations, we forget about these blue collar cats out here. That's the problem I'm having. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You got a bunch of guys who are just blue collar cats who are actually getting women. Now, I know there's some like talk with some blue collar cats. Oh, they just ignoring them. And yeah, you do get some professional women who got degrees who will ignore or don't want to deal with a guy who's blue collar. That's true. You know, BGS talks about the octanes. If a woman's like a 92 octane, nah, she don't want to deal with a blue collar cat. But here's the issue. Here's the thing with it. Every single woman don't have a degree. You might have a lot, but not every single woman. You got a lot of women out here who BGS would label maybe 87s, who are actually the cool. They just, you know what? They work in retail. Maybe they working as office workers, something. But they don't have degrees, but they decent women. They decent women. They try and do what's right. You know, maybe they go into some religious place. They Muslim, they Christian, whatever. And they'll deal with a blue collar cat without any issues. I personally know these women. See, here's the thing out here. I don't speculate about shit. When I'm talking about something, and I just gotta be clear on this, because a lot of guys out here, you can listen to them and talk. And it's like, do you actually talk to people? I'm interacting with people all the damn time. And I actually know these people. I actually know the women. I know the women. In fact, when people talk about, like, I need to do a podcast on that. Particularly when people want to say this and that about the black woman. I could probably put 100 black women in a room who don't have kids, who are decent looking. I say range probably in the 5 to 8 range. Can put them in a room. They don't have kids. They actually looking for somebody like just decent. But see, so many dudes just focus on everything else. But that's another conversation too. But seriously, man, you got plenty of men out there. They ain't in either one. Now, whether the men select or non-select, you know what? If they selected the woman they dealing with, that's all that counts. And that's all they need to be at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, every single man is a select at least somebody. Maybe not 100 women, but if he select to one and she cool, he likes it, that's all he needs. And see, dudes need to get off of that conversation. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why y'all focusing so much on it? Y'all focusing so much on, like, you got cats out here so focused on some thugs. I'm like, for what? See, I've never worried about thugs. And I know there's some people out there. There's been a couple people say, well, he just a polished pookie. Motherfucker, I got 2 degrees over your motherfucking ass. Anybody gonna talk some shit about me, and I don't have an arrest record. So, but man, we gotta get out of that. People gotta expand beyond that. You gotta get out of being stuck in that thing. Instead of worrying about who doing what, you know, focus on building yourself up. Focus on the women who got something going on. And I don't even be trying hard and stuff. It'd be running into women who are single, who got something going on, who are open for just a decent guy. As long as he got something going on as far as keeping himself clean, keeping himself in decent shape. He don't have to be Adonis, just keep himself in decent shape. And that's what all these men are. They just regular ass cats. They ain't lame, they ain't thugs. They out here, they working. They either educated or they working real hard on their blue collar job. A lot of them just working real hard on a business or something. People got to stop tripping over that shit, man. People got to get past it. So, that's all I got to say about that. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.